Hey everyone, so today we're going to dive into a topic that, let's be honest, is absolutely everywhere, artificial intelligence. But we're going to come at it from a totally different angle, one that I think reframes this whole conversation in a way that, well, it might just surprise you.
So let's just start with this question. What on earth could a sharpened piece of rock from 3 million years ago possibly have to do with the most advanced AI we have today? It sounds kind of like a trick question, I know, but trust me, the answer is the key to understanding, well, everything about our future.
You see, to figure out where we're going with AI, we first have to get a handle on where we've been as a species. And this isn't really about computer science. Nope, it's about anthropology. It's about the deep history of what it means to be human.
And this idea right here, from an archaeology professor named Jim Bellis back in '96, is so simple, but it's totally profound. It changes everything. He basically said, look, technology isn't some new, scary thing. It's just the latest version of what we've been doing for millions of years, making tools.
I mean, think about it. If you look back across human history, what did our biggest inventions all have in common? They were about saving time. Sharpened stones saved our ancestors a ton of time just trying to survive. Written language saved us from having to say the same thing over and over. The printing press saved us from copying books by hand. Every single tool was a hack to free up our most precious resource, human time, so we could do more interesting stuff.
But then, as we get into the modern era, our tools started to evolve. They began to do something more than just save us time. They started to actively amplify our built-in human abilities.
And nobody, and I mean nobody, captured this idea better than Steve Jobs. He once read this study about the efficiency of how different species get around. In humans, we were just kind of meh, about a third of the way down the list. But, and this is the kicker, a human on a bicycle, we blew every other species, even the super efficient condor, completely out of the water.
And that was his huge aha moment. He realized the computer was a tool that could do for our minds what the bicycle did for our legs. It could take our natural brain power and just amplify it to some spectacular new level.
And of course, things got faster from there. If the PC was a bicycle, well, the internet, connecting everything together, that became a motorcycle for the mind. Way faster, way more powerful.
Which of course brings us to right now. AI is a rocket ship for the mind. The power to amplify what we can do is almost unbelievable. But, and this is the part we absolutely cannot forget, you still need a mind to fly the rocket ship. The human is still and always will be at the very center of it.
Okay, so if AI is our rocket ship, how does that actually change the stuff we do every single day? Well, the key is its incredible ability to just handle all the boring stuff, which lets us focus on what really counts. Just think about playing Lego with a kid. The whole point, the magic, is building amazing things and having fun together, right? But what do you spend half your time doing? Rummaging through the pile for that one tiny piece. That's the muck. It's so frustrating, and it just eats up all the time you could be spending on the fun part.
This is exactly what AI does. It's constantly raising what you could call the not my problem line. All those tedious, repetitive tasks, the muck, they just get automated. They sink below this waterline, and that frees us up to spend way more of our time and our energy up here, in the magic, the creativity, the strategy, the human connection.
So, if AI is taking care of the muck, what does that mean? It means the quality of our human input, our ideas, our questions, our creativity is suddenly more important than it has ever been. The rules of the game have totally changed.
So let me tell you this quick story. There's a group of executives, and they're getting a demo of this powerful new AI image generator. And the presenter asks them, "What do you want to see?" And there's just this long, awkward silence. Finally, one of them goes, "Paint me a sunset." And you know what they got? The world's most boring, generic, AI-generated sunset. And just as they were about to write the whole thing off as useless, a younger chief of staff steps in and says, "Try this." And it's just this absurd, creative, wonderfully specific prompt. And the result? It was incredible. It just proved the tool wasn't the problem at all. The difference was the curiosity and the imagination of the person behind the wheel.
And this, right here, illustrates a massive shift. You know the old saying, garbage in, garbage out? Well, with AI, that's not really true anymore. Now it's garbage in, garbage squared. An uninspired idea doesn't just give you a bad result. It can amplify mediocrity on a scale that is honestly kind of terrifying. But here's the amazing part. The flip side is also true.
Good input will get you great output, but truly brilliant, creative, potato chip, pretzel fight level input, that gets you genius squared. You can create things that honestly feel like pure magic.
So this all leads us to the biggest question of all, right? In a world where AI can do so much, what's left for us? What's our uniquely human job? What are the skills that really matter when the machines get this smart?
Well, it seems to boil down to 3 timeless human traits. First is ingenuity. That's that creative spark, the curiosity to ask for something wild. Second, empathy. I mean, who's better at understanding other people than other people? And third, initiative. That uniquely human drive to just start something without being told to.
Now, here's my favorite part. The person who came up with this whole theory, Mike Bechtel, he ran it all by his mother, and she just looked at him and said this. She basically told him he was way overthinking it, that she could have told him the answer 60 years ago.
Because at the end of the day, it's always been about having brains for that ingenuity and creativity, a heart for empathy, for understanding people, and courage to have the initiative to go first and try something new. It's the Wizard of Oz. It's been right there in front of us the whole time.
So as we bring this all home, what's the single most important lesson we can take from this incredible journey, all the way from sharpened stones to rocket ships for the mind?
It's that the deepest wisdom is often the simplest and the most human. For all our incredible advanced technology, maybe the best advice is just this. Listen to your mother. Thanks so much for joining me for this one.